Welcome to Hollywood Secrets Information. In today's video, we're uncovering 14 of the most controversial British exploitation films of the 1970s that pushed the boundaries of horror, crime, violence, and psychological terror. Many of these rare cult classics sparked outrage, faced censorship, and were banned or heavily edited before audiences could see them. While some critics dismissed them as shocking exploitation, others now consider them forgotten masterpieces of British cult cinema. So dim the lights. Prepare for a journey into one of the boldest decades in film history, and let's begin. 1. Frightmare, 1974. Released in 1974, Frightmare remains one of the darkest British horror exploitation films ever made. Directed by Pete Walker, the story follows Dorothy Yates, a woman released from a psychiatric institution after committing horrifying crimes years earlier. Although she appears to be living a peaceful life on a remote farm with her devoted husband, terrifying secrets soon emerge as mysterious disappearances begin once again. What made Frightmare so disturbing wasn't simply its frightening scenes, but its psychological approach to violence. Instead of relying on monsters or supernatural creatures, the film explored the terrifying reality of human madness and hidden evil within an ordinary family. The unsettling atmosphere, combined with disturbing imagery and unexpected twists, shocked audiences and attracted the attention of British censors. Critics were divided upon release. Some condemned its disturbing content, while horror fans praised its suspense and unforgettable performances. Over time, Frightmare earned a reputation as one of Pete Walker's finest achievements and became a respected cult classic among collectors of British horror cinema. Today, it continues to influence independent horror filmmakers around the world. 2. The Flesh and Blood Show, 1972. The Flesh and Blood Show begins with a group of young actors rehearsing inside an abandoned seaside theater. As mysterious events unfold, members of the cast begin disappearing one by one, leading to growing fear and suspicion among those who remain. The film mixed slasher-style suspense with exploitation elements that were considered daring for the early 1970s. Its combination of youthful characters, mysterious murders, and psychological tension attracted both curiosity and criticism. Some viewers found its themes too provocative, while others praised its stylish direction and eerie setting. Although it never achieved mainstream success, The Flesh and Blood Show gradually developed a loyal cult following. Fans appreciate its unique atmosphere, memorable finale, and its important place in the evolution of British horror before the slasher boom of later decades. 3. Symptoms, 1974. Symptoms follows a lonely young woman named Helen who invites her friend to stay at her isolated countryside mansion. As strange behavior becomes increasingly alarming, the visitor begins to question Helen's fragile mental state, while mysterious disappearances create an atmosphere of constant uncertainty. Director Jose Ramon Laras created a haunting psychological thriller that relied more on mood than graphic violence. Nevertheless, its disturbing emotional themes, unsettling relationships, and slow descent into madness made it controversial during its original release. Although largely forgotten for many years, Symptoms has experienced a remarkable revival among film historians. It is now praised for its elegant cinematography, psychological complexity, and powerful performances, earning recognition as one of Britain's most overlooked cult thrillers. 4. The Confessional, 1976. The Confessional combines religious mystery with psychological horror. The story follows a priest who discovers that confessions heard inside the church may be connected to a series of brutal murders occurring throughout the community. Its mixture of faith, guilt, and violence created controversy, particularly among audiences uncomfortable with religious themes presented in horror cinema. Some scenes were considered too disturbing, leading to criticism and limited exposure. Despite remaining relatively obscure, The confessional has attracted modern horror enthusiasts searching for forgotten British thrillers. Its suspenseful storytelling and morally complex characters have helped preserve its reputation within cult cinema circles. 5. Prey, 1977. Prey offers an unusual blend of science fiction and psychological horror. The story follows two women living peacefully in the countryside, whose lives change dramatically after a mysterious stranger arrives claiming to be lost. Gradually, his true identity and terrifying intentions begin to emerge. Rather than relying on traditional monsters, Prey explores fear through isolation, manipulation, and survival. Its unconventional relationships and disturbing themes challenged audience expectations during the 1970s, leading to controversy despite its modest budget. Over time, Prey became admired for its originality and tense atmosphere. Today, many critics consider it one of the hidden gems of British cult science fiction horror, appreciated for its imaginative storytelling and unforgettable climax. 6. Satan's Slave, 1976. Satan's Slave follows a young woman who moves into the home of mysterious relatives after a family tragedy. Soon she discovers strange rituals, secret ceremonies, and terrifying supernatural events that suggest an ancient cult is operating within the household. The film embraced gothic horror while adding exploitation elements that appealed to fans seeking darker entertainment. Its occult themes, eerie imagery, and frightening finale created enough controversy to earn criticism from conservative audiences and censorship authorities. Although initially overlooked, Satan's Slave eventually found dedicated fans through home video releases. Today it remains one of the most recognizable British occult horror films of the 1970s and continues to entertain audiences who enjoy classic supernatural thrillers. 7. Schizo, 1976. Released in 1976 and directed by Pete Walker, Schizo is a chilling psychological thriller that follows Samantha, a successful figure skater preparing for her wedding. Her seemingly perfect life begins to unravel when she starts receiving anonymous threats, and people close to her are found murdered under mysterious circumstances. Haunted by the traumatic memory of witnessing her mother's murder as a child, Samantha struggles to separate reality from paranoia. As the body count rises, she begins to suspect that someone from her past has returned to destroy her future. Unlike many exploitation films that relied heavily on graphic violence, Schizo focused on psychological tension and emotional fear. Pete Walker carefully built suspense through unsettling dream sequences, eerie music, and a constant feeling that danger was hiding just around the corner. The shocking murders and disturbing themes of trauma and mental instability made the film controversial, and some critics considered its content too intense for mainstream audiences. Despite its modest budget, the film delivered an unforgettable climax that left viewers questioning everything they had seen. Although Schizo received mixed reviews upon release, it has since earned a loyal following among fans of classic British horror. Modern audiences appreciate its intelligent storytelling, memorable performances, and haunting atmosphere. Today, many consider it one of Pete Walker's finest psychological thrillers and an overlooked gem of 1970s British exploitation cinema. 8. Assault, 1971. Assault, released in 1971, tells the story of a determined police inspector investigating a brutal attack on a young woman attending a private school. As the investigation unfolds, hidden secrets, suspicious staff members, and shocking revelations gradually come to light. What begins as a straightforward criminal investigation soon becomes a disturbing exploration of fear, corruption, and betrayal within an institution that appears respectable on the surface. The film gained attention because it addressed difficult social issues that many movies of its era avoided. Rather than presenting violence as simple entertainment, Assault explored the emotional consequences experienced by victims and the determination required to uncover the truth. Even so, its mature subject matter and unsettling scenes generated controversy, with some viewers believing the film pushed acceptable boundaries for British cinema. Today, Assault is remembered not only as an effective crime thriller, but also as an example of exploitation cinema attempting to tell a serious and emotionally engaging story. Its suspenseful direction and strong performances continue to earn praise from fans discovering forgotten British thrillers. 9. The Comeback, 1978. Released in 1978, The Comeback follows Nick Cooper, a popular singer attempting to revive his fading career. He moves into a luxurious countryside mansion, hoping to find peace and inspiration, but strange noises, mysterious visions, and terrifying events quickly convince him that something sinister remains inside the house. As his mental state begins to deteriorate, long-buried secrets surrounding the mansion slowly emerge. Blending psychological horror with supernatural mystery, the film created an atmosphere filled with uncertainty and dread. Its disturbing dream sequences, unexpected violence, and eerie imagery made it stand out from traditional horror films of the time. Although it did not become a commercial success, many viewers admired its stylish cinematography and slow-building suspense. Over the years, The Comeback has developed a dedicated cult following. Horror enthusiasts now appreciate its haunting soundtrack, memorable performances, and surprising ending. It remains one of Britain's lesser-known horror films that deserves greater recognition among fans of classic psychological thrillers. 10. Death Line, 1972. One of the most unusual British horror films of the decade, Death Line takes viewers beneath the streets of London, where university students begin disappearing without explanation. A determined police inspector discovers that the abandoned tunnels beneath the city's underground railway hide a terrifying secret that has remained untouched for generations. Rather than focusing only on fear, the film explored loneliness, survival, and the consequences of isolation. Its unsettling atmosphere, dark underground locations, and disturbing creature design shocked audiences during its original release. Some critics found the film excessively grim, while others praised its originality and emotional depth. Today, Death Line is widely regarded as one of Britain's greatest cult horror films. Its combination of suspense, tragedy, and social commentary has inspired generations of filmmakers, proving that exploitation cinema could also deliver meaningful storytelling alongside unforgettable scares. 11. The Legacy, 1978. Released toward the end of the decade, The Legacy follows an American couple invited to a luxurious English estate owned by an elderly millionaire. Soon after arriving, the guests begin dying under mysterious circumstances, leaving the survivors trapped inside the isolated mansion while trying to uncover the terrifying truth behind their invitation. The film combined gothic horror, supernatural mystery, and psychological suspense into an entertaining package filled with memorable death scenes and unexpected twists. Although some critics dismissed it as another exploitation horror film, audiences enjoyed its impressive production values and growing sense of mystery. Today, The Legacy continues to attract fans of supernatural thrillers. Its elegant locations, suspenseful storytelling, and haunting atmosphere have helped secure its place among Britain's overlooked cult horror classics from the late 1970s. 12. Tiffany Jones, 1973. Unlike many exploitation films built around horror, Tiffany Jones offered audiences a light-hearted blend of comedy, action, and spy adventure. Based on the popular newspaper comic strip, the film follows Tiffany, a glamorous secret agent assigned to complete dangerous international missions while facing colorful villains and outrageous situations. Although playful in tone, the film generated controversy because of its suggestive humor and stylish presentation, which reflected the changing attitudes of 1970s cinema. Some critics dismissed it as pure exploitation entertainment, while others appreciated its comic book energy and fun approach to the spy genre. Over time, Tiffany Jones has become an interesting curiosity for collectors of British cult cinema. It represents a different side of exploitation filmmaking, proving that controversy wasn't limited to horror alone. Its colorful style and entertaining performances continue to attract fans of vintage British films. 13. Vampires, 1974. Few British exploitation films achieved the legendary reputation of vampires. Released in 1974, the story follows two mysterious women living in an isolated countryside mansion. They lure unsuspecting travelers into their home before revealing their terrifying supernatural secret. As more victims disappear, the truth behind the seductive pair becomes increasingly horrifying. Directed by José Ramón Lares, the film stood out for its dreamlike atmosphere, gothic visuals, and unsettling sense of mystery. Rather than relying on traditional vampire mythology, it presented a darker and more psychological interpretation of the classic legend. Its mature themes, graphic violence, and shocking imagery attracted heavy criticism from censorship authorities, resulting in edits and restricted distribution in several regions. Despite its controversial reputation, Vampires has become one of the defining British cult horror films of the 1970s. Modern critics praise its artistic cinematography, haunting soundtrack, and unforgettable atmosphere. Today, it is widely recognized as a landmark of European exploitation cinema and remains a favorite among horror collectors worldwide. 14. House of Whipcord, 1974. Pete Walker returned the same year with another controversial film, House of Whipcord. The story centers on a young model who is tricked into entering a secret prison hidden inside a large country house. Once imprisoned, she becomes the victim of cruel punishments carried out by people obsessed with enforcing strict Victorian morality. The film shocked audiences with its unsettling combination of psychological fear and physical punishment. Rather than presenting violence for excitement alone, it criticized hypocrisy, abuse of authority, and the dangers of extreme moral judgment. Even so, its graphic scenes caused controversy among censorship boards, and several versions were edited before theatrical release. Despite mixed reviews at the time, House of Whipcord has gained appreciation for its suspenseful storytelling, memorable performances, and haunting atmosphere. Modern critics often recognize it as one of the defining examples of British exploitation cinema that successfully blended horror with social commentary, making it much more than simple shock entertainment. Those were 14 British exploitation films from the 1970s that shocked censors, challenged audiences, and eventually became legendary cult classics. While many of these films faced censorship, limited releases, or harsh criticism during their time, they've gone on to earn respect for their bold storytelling, unforgettable atmosphere, and lasting influence on horror and exploitation cinema. Which of these rare cult classics have you seen, and which one surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. If you enjoyed this journey into forgotten Hollywood and British cult cinema, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to Hollywood Secrets Information, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our next exploration of rare movies, controversial classics, and hidden cinematic gems. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.